Early life and beginnings. Johan Mjällby was born on February 9, 1971, in Stockholm, Sweden. Growing up in the Swedish capital, Mjällby demonstrated an early interest in sports, particularly football. He began his journey in the game with IK Sleipner, a small club where his talent as a defender was quickly evident. Standing tall with an imposing frame, Mjällby showcased natural leadership qualities and an ability to read the game effectively. His skills earned him a move to AIK Stockholm, one of Sweden's premier football clubs, in 1988. At AIK, Mjällby developed into a versatile player capable of playing both in defense and midfield. By the early 1990s, he had become a key player for the team, contributing significantly to their performances in domestic competitions. Breakthrough with AIK and domestic success. Mjällby's time at AIK proved pivotal for his career. In 1992, he was part of the squad that ended the club's 55-year wait for an Allsvenskan, Swedish league, title. His performances in the league earned him a reputation as one of Sweden's most promising players. Known for his physicality, aerial ability, and composure on the ball, Mjällby became a fan favorite. He continued to impress with AIK in the following years, leading the club to domestic success and earning attention from European scouts. By the mid-1990s, Mjällby had established himself as one of the top defenders in Swedish football, paving the way for international opportunities. International career and Sweden's golden era. Mjällby made his debut for the Swedish national team in 1997, marking the beginning of a distinguished international career. Representing Sweden in 49 matches, he became a central figure in the team's defense during the late 1990s and early 2000s. One of his career highlights came during the 2002 FIFA World Cup, where Sweden performed admirably, reaching the round of 16. Mjällby's commanding presence in the backline was instrumental in Sweden's group stage success, including a memorable draw against Argentina. He also represented his country in the UEFA European Championships in 2000 and 2004, further solidifying his reputation as a reliable and experienced defender. Move to Celtic and career peak. In 1998, Mjällby's consistent performances caught the attention of Celtic FC, one of Scotland's most storied clubs. He joined the Glasgow-based side in a move that marked the peak of his career. At Celtic, Mjällby quickly became a vital part of the team's defense, earning praise for his leadership and defensive solidity. During his time with Celtic, Mjällby won multiple Scottish Premier League titles, 2000 to 2001, 2001 to 2002, 2003 to 2004, and domestic cup trophies. He played under legendary manager Martin O'Neill, forming a strong defensive partnership that contributed to Celtic's dominance in Scottish football. One of the defining moments of his Celtic career came during the 2002 to 2003 UEFA Cup campaign. Mjällby was a key figure in the team that reached the final, where they faced FC Porto. Although Celtic lost the final in a thrilling encounter, Mjällby's performances throughout the tournament were widely lauded. Later years and retirement. After leaving Celtic in 2004, Mjällby had brief stints with Levante UD in Spain and returned to AIK in 2006 to conclude his professional playing career. His time at Levante was challenging due to injuries, but his experience and professionalism were evident throughout. Upon retiring in 2006, Mjällby transitioned into coaching, beginning with roles at AIK. His deep understanding of the game and natural leadership made him a valuable asset on the sidelines. Post-retirement and legacy. Mjällby rejoined Celtic in 2010 as an assistant coach under Neil Lennon, helping the club achieve continued success in Scottish football. His role at Celtic further endeared him to the club's supporters, who remembered his contributions as a player. Beyond coaching, Mjällby has remained a respected figure in Swedish football, often serving as a commentator and pundit. His legacy as a tough, reliable defender who thrived in both domestic and international football endures. Johan Mjällby's career is a testament to hard work, versatility, and leadership. From his early days at AIK to his success with Celtic and the Swedish national team, Mjällby remains one of Sweden's most celebrated footballers. His influence on the pitch and in the coaching realm has left a lasting impact on the footballing community.
Magnus Svensson is a retired Swedish footballer known for his solid defensive skills and leadership on the field. Throughout his career, Svensson made significant contributions to both his club and the Swedish national team, building a reputation as a reliable and composed defender. His journey through football saw him play at some of Sweden's top clubs, as well as experience stints in international competitions. This biography delves into the different phases of Magnus Svensson's career, from his early life and beginnings in football to his peak years, achievements, and eventual retirement. Early life and introduction to football. Magnus Svensson was born on October 9, 1977, in Stockholm, Sweden. From an early age, Svensson showed an interest in sports, and football became his primary passion. Growing up in Sweden, he was surrounded by a strong football culture, which led him to join local youth teams. His early years were marked by a keen understanding of the game, and it was clear that he possessed the attributes necessary to make it in professional football. Svensson's youth career began at Djurgårdens IF, one of Sweden's most prominent clubs, where he spent his formative years honing his skills. His development at Djurgårdens proved pivotal in shaping his career. He quickly impressed coaches with his discipline, strong defensive abilities, and tactical awareness. His early training set the foundation for his future success as a footballer. Rise to prominence, career beginnings at Djurgårdens IF. Magnus Svensson made his debut in the professional ranks with Djurgårdens IF in 1996. Starting in the youth setup and working his way into the first team, Svensson quickly became a key figure in the club's defense. His early performances were marked by his strong tackles, excellent positioning, and leadership qualities that belied his young age. As a central defender, Svensson was known for his ability to read the game, making him a valuable asset for his team. In his first years at Djurgården, Svensson was part of a team that showed considerable promise. And his consistency helped him secure a spot in the starting lineup. As he matured, he gained valuable experience, especially as Djurgården competed in the Allsvenskan, Sweden's top-tier league. During his time at the club, Svensson helped Djurgården grow in stature, both domestically and internationally, contributing significantly to their defense. Peak years, moved to Örebro SK and international career. After establishing himself at Djurgården, Svensson's consistent performances did not go unnoticed. In 2001, he moved to Örebro SK, a club that was making strides in the Allsvenskan. This move was crucial for Svensson's development as a player, as it provided him with a fresh challenge and a more central role in the team's defense. At Örebro, Svensson quickly became a mainstay in the starting lineup, showcasing his leadership and defensive prowess in high-pressure situations. During his time at Örebro, Svensson helped solidify the team's defense, earning praise from fans and pundits alike. His performances on the pitch were vital in ensuring the team's competitiveness in the Allsvenskan, and Svensson established himself as one of Sweden's top defenders. Svensson's strong form at Örebro also led to an international call-up for the Swedish national team. In 2002, he made his debut for Sweden, joining the ranks of some of the most talented players in the country's history. Svensson's performances for the national team were solid, and he earned several caps during his time with Sweden. Though he was not always a regular starter, he played an important role in the team's defensive unit during qualifying rounds for major international tournaments, including the UEFA European Championship and FIFA World Cup. Main achievements and success. Magnus Svensson's career saw significant achievements both at the club and international level. Allsvenskan titles. Throughout his career, Svensson won multiple Allsvenskan titles with his clubs. His time at Djurgården was particularly successful, helping the team win domestic championships and establish themselves as one of Sweden's premier clubs. UEFA competitions. Svensson's involvement in European competitions with Djurgårdens IF and Örebro SK also marked a key part of his career. While the teams he played for did not have significant runs in major tournaments, his experience in European leagues helped develop his international reputation. Swedish national team. Svensson earned several caps for the Swedish national team during his career. His defensive skills and leadership were highly regarded, even though he never became a regular starter. Nevertheless, he played important roles during qualification matches and helped Sweden maintain a strong defensive foundation. Individual recognition. Magnus Svensson was widely respected by coaches, teammates, and opponents alike for his consistency, work ethic, and commitment to the team. His leadership on the field was a notable characteristic of his playing style, and he was often called upon to organize the defense in high-stakes matches. Later career and transition to coaching. After his time with Örebro SK, Svensson continued to play for several other clubs, including a short stint at Malmö FF, where he finished his professional playing career. By the time he reached his 30s, Svensson had experienced everything that top-tier Swedish football had to offer, and he decided to wind down his career in his home country. In the later stages of his career, Svensson transitioned from a starting player to a squad rotation role, offering his experience and leadership to younger players. By this point, he had built a wealth of knowledge and was keen to pass it on to the next generation of footballers. His calm demeanor and ability to analyze the game from a tactical standpoint made him a valuable asset to any team. Upon retiring from professional football in 2012, Svensson turned to coaching. His transition into management allowed him to stay connected to the game and mentor young talents. Over time, he worked with various youth academies and coaching staff, continuing to contribute to Swedish football from behind the scenes. Legacy and post-retirement life. Magnus Svensson's legacy as a footballer is one of steady dedication and professionalism. Though he may not have reached the global stardom of some of his contemporaries, he was a key figure in Swedish football during his time. His contributions at club level, particularly with Djurgården and Örebro SK, helped establish him as one of Sweden's top defenders in the early 2000s. His time in the Swedish national team, though not as prominent as other key figures like Zlatan Ibrahimovic or Henrik Larsson, nonetheless saw him contribute to the country's defensive efforts. He was a part of the national team during key international qualifiers and was respected for his leadership on the field. Post-retirement, Svensson has maintained a low profile compared to other retired players, focusing on coaching and youth development. His knowledge of the game and his leadership qualities continue to have an impact on the younger generation of footballers. Magnus Svensson's career, characterized by his consistency and ability to play at a high level, remains an inspiration for young Swedish footballers aiming to achieve success on both domestic and international stages. His journey from a young talent at Djurgården to a solid defender in Örebro SK and the Swedish national team serves as a testament to the power of hard work, dedication, and perseverance in achieving success in football.
Early life and football beginnings. Davor Vugrinec was born on March 9, 1975, in Koprivnica, a town in northern Croatia. Growing up in a family with a passion for sports, Vugrinec's early years were filled with athletic activity. He showed an interest in football from a young age, and his talent was evident early on. Vugrinec was a natural fit for the sport, demonstrating quick feet, sharp reflexes, and an innate ability to score goals. His footballing journey began at the local club NK Koprivnica, where he started developing his skills at a young age. By the time he was 15, Vugrinec's potential was too obvious to ignore, and he moved to Dinamo Zagreb's youth academy. This transition marked the start of his serious commitment to football and provided him with the tools needed to hone his technical ability and tactical understanding. At Dinamo Zagreb, Vugrinec trained under some of the best coaches in the country and was exposed to a competitive environment that pushed him to further refine his game. His natural goal-scoring ability quickly became apparent, and he soon caught the attention of coaches at the senior level. Early career, breakthrough at Dinamo Zagreb. Vugrinec's first professional contract came in 1993, when he made his senior debut for Dinamo Zagreb. Despite his relatively young age, the club's coaching staff immediately recognized his potential, and he began to feature regularly in the first team. His time at Dinamo Zagreb was instrumental in shaping him as a versatile forward. Known for his speed, clinical finishing, and ability to find space in the box, Vugrinec quickly became a key figure in the team's attack. In 1994, he scored his first goals in the Croatian First League, and from that moment, he established himself as a consistent goal scorer. His rise to prominence was rapid, and by 1995, Vugrinec had become one of the most sought-after young talents in Croatia. His combination of skill and work ethic made him one of the standout players in the league. Moved to Italy, Serie A and international recognition. In 1996, after making a name for himself at Dinamo Zagreb, Vugrinec took the next step in his career and moved abroad to play in Italy's Serie A. He joined Cagliari Calcio, a club based in Sardinia, marking his first major move to one of Europe's top football leagues. The Italian league was known for its tactical sophistication, and for a young striker like Vugrinec, the move was a big leap forward. During his time at Cagliari, Vugrinec faced stiff competition from seasoned international players, which tested his ability to adapt. Despite these challenges, he managed to demonstrate his quality on several occasions, showcasing his goal-scoring prowess. His performances in Italy earned him the admiration of fans and critics alike, and he became an integral part of the team. His success in Italy also helped to raise his profile internationally, and he began receiving call-ups to the Croatian national team. In 1996, he made his debut for Croatia, marking the beginning of what would become a solid international career. Although his national team appearances were limited, Vugrinec's contributions were vital whenever he was called upon, with his clinical finishing being a crucial asset for the Croatian attack. Peak of his career, dominance in Croatia and Europe. In 2000, Vugrinec returned to Croatia and signed with NK Zagreb, where he would go on to experience the peak of his career. Upon his return, Vugrinec quickly reasserted himself as one of the country's top strikers, dominating the Croatian First League. His ability to score goals consistently made him a key figure for NK Zagreb. Vugrinec's performances were exceptional, and his reputation as one of Croatia's most prolific goal scorers was cemented. He was widely regarded as one of the best forwards in the league and one of the top Croatian players of the early 2000s. In addition to his league performances, he also played a critical role in European club competitions, where his experience and clinical finishing were essential for the team's success. His performances did not go unnoticed, and he was again called up to represent Croatia. Although the Croatian national team boasted many star players at the time, including Davor Šuker and Ivica Olic, Vugrinec remained a crucial part of the squad, known for his ability to come off the bench and make an impact when needed. His career continued to flourish, and he consistently demonstrated his ability to score goals at both the domestic and international level. Main achievements and recognition. Davor Vugrinec's career was marked by several important achievements, both at the club and international level. Some of the highlights of his career include Croatian First League titles. Throughout his career, Vugrinec played for several clubs in the Croatian First League, with Dinamo Zagreb and NK Zagreb. He won several league titles, contributing significantly to his team's success during his time there. UEFA Cup performances. Vugrinec was instrumental in his club's European campaigns, particularly in the UEFA Cup, now the UEFA Europa League. His performances in these tournaments were critical to his team's progression, and he earned praise for his displays in high-pressure matches. National team call-ups. Vugrinec earned several call-ups to the Croatian national team, although he was often a fringe player due to the fierce competition in the forward positions. Nonetheless, his contribution to the national team was invaluable, especially in terms of providing options off the bench. He represented Croatia in major tournaments, including the UEFA Euro 2000. Individual recognition. As one of the best goal scorers of his generation in Croatia, Vugrinec was widely regarded for his ability to find the back of the net. His career totals reflected his consistency in front of goal, and he remains one of the top goal scorers in the history of Croatian football. Later career and retirement. After enjoying several successful years with NK Zagreb, Vugrinec's career began to wind down. In 2006, he moved to Saudi Arabia, where he joined Al Fateh SC. His time in the Saudi Arabian Pro League was relatively short but marked by continued strong performances. However, Vugrinec's time in the Middle East was the beginning of the end of his professional playing days. In 2007, he returned to Croatia, playing briefly for HNK Sibelia, before deciding to retire from professional football. After retiring from playing, Vugrinec shifted his focus to football management and coaching, hoping to impart the knowledge he had accumulated over his distinguished career. Legacy and post-retirement. Davor Vugrinec's legacy in Croatian football is firmly established. A clinical striker with an impressive goal-scoring record, he remains one of Croatia's finest forwards. His ability to score goals consistently at both the domestic and international levels has left a lasting impact on the Croatian game. His playing style was characterized by his sharp movements, ability to play off defenders, and unerring accuracy in front of goal. After his retirement, Vugrinec remained involved in Croatian football through coaching and mentoring. He took on roles in youth development, aiming to help guide the next generation of football stars in Croatia. His experience, both as a player in Europe and as a member of the Croatian national team, made him a valuable asset to football in Croatia. Despite never achieving the global fame of some of his contemporaries, Vugrinec's career is remembered fondly by fans of Croatian football for his consistent performances and his important role in the country's post-independence rise in international football. Conclusion: Davor Vugrinec's career was built on a foundation of talent, hard work, and consistency. From his early days at Dinamo Zagreb to his peak years in Croatian football, he was a formidable presence in the penalty area. His impact in both domestic and international football helped elevate Croatian football on the world stage, and his achievements as a player have left a lasting impression on fans and players alike. Whether as a goal scorer for NK Zagreb or a reliable figure in the Croatian national team, Vugrinec will always be remembered as one of the key figures in Croatia's footballing history.
Early life and beginnings. Dario Simic was born on November 12, 1975, in Zagreb, then part of Yugoslavia, now Croatia. He grew up in a football-loving family and began his journey with the sport at a young age. Simic's early talent was evident, and he joined the youth academy of Dinamo Zagreb, the most successful football club in Croatia. His development at Dinamo's academy laid the foundation for a successful professional career. Even in his youth, Simic was praised for his versatility on the field, capable of playing in various defensive positions. His determination and composure earned him recognition as a player with immense potential. Club career beginnings with Dinamo Zagreb. Simic made his professional debut for Dinamo Zagreb in the early 1990s. His arrival coincided with Croatia's independence, which brought a sense of pride and responsibility to players representing the nation's top clubs. Simic quickly established himself as a regular starter for Dinamo, playing primarily as a center-back but also excelling as a full-back when needed. During his time with Dinamo, Simic helped the team dominate the newly formed Croatian First Football League. He contributed to multiple league titles and Croatian Cup victories, cementing his status as one of the league's standout players. His performances drew the attention of international scouts, paving the way for a move abroad. Move to Inter Milan. In 1999, Simic signed with Inter Milan, one of Italy's biggest clubs. The move to Serie A marked a significant step in his career, as it placed him in one of the most competitive leagues in Europe. At Inter, Simic showcased his defensive skills, earning a reputation as a reliable and hard-working player. Although he did not become a regular starter for Inter, his versatility and professionalism ensured that he remained a valuable member of the squad. Peak years with AC Milan. Simic's career reached its peak after his transfer to AC Milan in 2002. At Milan, he joined a star-studded team that included legends like Paolo Maldini, Alessandro Nesta, and Andrea Pirlo. Simic's adaptability allowed him to contribute effectively, whether as a starter or a squad player. With Milan, Simic won some of the most prestigious trophies in European football, including the UEFA Champions League in 2003 and multiple Serie A titles. He was part of the team that reached the Champions League final again in 2005, although Milan famously lost to Liverpool in a dramatic penalty shootout. Simic's tenure at Milan was marked by his professionalism and dedication, which made him a respected figure in the dressing room. Later years and moved to AS Monaco. In 2008, Simic left AC Milan and joined AS Monaco in France's Ligue 1. While his time at Monaco was not as illustrious as his stint in Milan, it provided him with the opportunity to continue playing at a high level. He brought his experience and leadership to the team, helping to mentor younger players. After 2 seasons with Monaco, Simic decided to retire from professional football in 2010, bringing an end to an illustrious career spanning nearly 2 decades. International career. Simic's international career with Croatia is one of the highlights of his legacy. He made his debut for the national team in 1996 and became a mainstay in the squad for over a decade. Simic represented Croatia in numerous major tournaments, including UEFA Euro 1996, 1998 FIFA World Cup, where Croatia achieved a historic third-place finish, UEFA Euro 2000, 2002 FIFA World Cup, UEFA Euro 2004, 2006 FIFA World Cup. Simic was known for his leadership on and off the field. As a versatile defender, he played a crucial role in Croatia's defensive stability during his tenure. He earned over 100 caps for the national team, becoming one of Croatia's most capped players. Playing style. Dario Simic was a defender known for his versatility, tactical intelligence, and commitment. He could operate as a center-back, right-back, or even a defensive midfielder, making him an invaluable asset for his coaches. Simic's game was characterized by disciplined marking, excellent positioning, and the ability to read the game effectively. While not the tallest defender, his determination and work ethic allowed him to compete successfully against some of the best attackers in the world. Post-retirement activities. After retiring from football, Simic remained involved in the sport. He became a prominent figure in Croatian football administration and worked to promote the development of young talent. His contributions to Croatian football extended beyond his playing career, as he sought to give back to the community that had supported him. In addition to his administrative roles, Simic has been active in various charitable and social initiatives, using his platform to make a positive impact. Legacy. Dario Simic is regarded as one of Croatia's finest defenders. His contributions at both club and international levels have earned him a place among the legends of Croatian football. With a career marked by consistency, professionalism, and success, Simic serves as an inspiration to aspiring footballers in Croatia and beyond. Conclusion. Dario Simic's journey from the streets of Zagreb to the grand stages of European football is a story of talent, dedication, and resilience. His success with clubs like Dinamo Zagreb, AC Milan, and his contributions to Croatia's golden generation have secured his place in football history. Simic's legacy continues to shine, reflecting the spirit of a player who gave his all for the game he loved. Early life and football beginnings. Alex Aguinaga, born July 9, 1968, in Ambato, Ecuador, quickly rose to prominence in Ecuadorian football. Coming from a humble background, Aguinaga was introduced to football at a young age. Growing up in Ambato, a city nestled in the Andean foothills, he developed a love for the sport, which eventually shaped his future career. His passion for football led him to join local clubs, where his skill on the ball became evident early on. Aguinaga's footballing talent caught the attention of scouts when he was still in his teens, leading to his move to Técnico Universitario, a club in Ecuador's top-tier football league. There, he began his professional career, and his performances as a creative midfielder soon earned him recognition as one of the most talented players in the country. His ability to control the tempo of the game, combined with his excellent vision and technical ability, marked him as a player with immense potential. Moved to Barcelona SC and rise to prominence. By the early 1990s, Aguinaga's success at Técnico Universitario earned him a high-profile transfer to one of Ecuador's most successful clubs, Barcelona SC. His time at Barcelona SC, one of Ecuador's most decorated clubs, would prove to be the defining period of his career in his home country. At Barcelona SC, Aguinaga flourished under the guidance of the club's experienced coaching staff, and it was during this time that he began to establish himself as a key player in Ecuadorian football. In 1991, Aguinaga played a crucial role in helping Barcelona SC secure the Ecuadorian Serie A title. His vision, passing accuracy, and leadership on the pitch made him the heart of the team's midfield. The success he experienced at the club cemented his place as one of the best footballers in Ecuador, and it caught the eye of international scouts, leading to his eventual move to play abroad. At Barcelona SC, Aguinaga's impressive performances on the national stage also earned him a spot in the Ecuadorian national team. By 1993, he was called up to represent his country in international competitions, marking the start of a long and successful international career. Move to Mexico and international success. In 1993, Aguinaga made the pivotal decision to leave Ecuador and join Club Necaxa, a team in Mexico's Liga MX. His decision to move to Mexico represented a major step forward in his career, as it exposed him to a more competitive and global footballing environment. His transition to Liga MX was a success from the very beginning, as he quickly became one of the standout players in the league. Aguinaga was known for his intelligence on the ball, his ability to dictate play, and his knack for scoring and assisting goals. During his time at Necaxa, Aguinaga achieved great success, winning 3 league titles and earning a reputation as one of the best foreign players in Mexico. His influence on the pitch was felt every time he played, and his leadership qualities became increasingly apparent. Aguinaga played an instrumental role in Necaxa's success, and his performances helped elevate the club to a new level of prominence. It was also at Necaxa where Aguinaga experienced the peak of his career, being recognized as a true star in Liga MX. His consistent performances and contributions made him a fan favorite and a key figure in the team's midfield. His skillful passing, vision, and ability to control games were integral to Necaxa's dominance during his time at the club. Beyond his club success, Aguinaga's performances for the Ecuadorian national team also began to attract international attention. His ability to dictate play from the midfield and contribute to both attacking and defensive duties earned him a regular place in the starting lineup for his country. Aguinaga represented Ecuador in various Copa America tournaments and World Cup qualifiers, establishing himself as one of the country's most important players during the 1990s and early 2000s. International glory with Ecuador. Aguinaga's contributions to the Ecuadorian national team were profound, and his influence played a central role in the country's rise on the international football stage. Aguinaga was a key figure during Ecuador's successful 1998 FIFA World Cup qualifying campaign. Although Ecuador fell short of reaching the World Cup that year, Aguinaga's performances during the qualifiers were highly praised, and his leadership qualities shone through in each match. His ability to make key passes and his experience on the international stage helped pave the way for the next generation of Ecuadorian footballers. Ecuador's football scene continued to develop, and Aguinaga remained a fixture in the national team throughout the 1990s and early 2000s. His most notable achievement with the national team came in 2002, when Ecuador finally made its debut at the FIFA World Cup. Although Aguinaga's role was more of a leader and mentor at this point in his career, his influence on the field was invaluable, and his experience was crucial for the development of Ecuador's national team. Later career and return to Ecuador. By the early 2000s, Aguinaga's career was winding down, but his influence continued to be felt across the world of football. After leaving Necaxa in 2004, Aguinaga moved to several clubs in his final years as a professional footballer, including a brief stint with Club Atlas in Mexico and a return to Ecuador to finish his career at El Nacional. While he was no longer at the peak of his career, Aguinaga's leadership and experience continued to play an important role in the teams he represented. He briefly returned to Ecuadorian football, where he took on a mentoring role for the younger generation of footballers, passing down his wisdom to the next wave of Ecuadorian talent. Retirement and legacy. After retiring from professional football in the mid-2000s, Aguinaga transitioned into coaching and football management. His extensive experience in Mexico and Ecuador, as well as his time with the national team, provided him with a wealth of knowledge that he would eventually use to help guide the future of Ecuadorian football. Although his coaching career has not been as high-profile as his playing career, his legacy as one of the finest Ecuadorian footballers is secure. Aguinaga is celebrated as one of Ecuador's greatest players, and his contributions to Ecuadorian football cannot be overstated. His leadership, technical ability, and intelligence on the ball set him apart from many of his contemporaries, and he continues to be a beloved figure in Ecuadorian football history. In recognition of his achievements, Aguinaga remains a respected figure in both Ecuadorian football and Mexican football. His success with Club Necaxa and his role in helping Ecuador break onto the international stage during the 1990s and early 2000s solidified his place as one of the country's greatest ever players. Aguinaga's footballing legacy remains a source of inspiration for future generations of Ecuadorian and Latin American footballers. Conclusion: Alex Aguinaga's career spanned across multiple countries and footballing cultures, and his influence was felt both on the field and in the locker room. From his humble beginnings in Ambato to his rise in Ecuador and subsequent stardom in Mexico, Aguinaga's story is one of perseverance, talent, and leadership. His ability to control games, dictate play, and inspire his teammates ensured that he would always be remembered as one of the greats of Ecuadorian football. In his retirement, Aguinaga continues to inspire those who follow in his footsteps, and his career remains an example of what can be achieved with hard work, dedication, and a love for the game. His legacy as one of Ecuador's finest players will live on for years to come. Early life and beginnings. Walter Orlando Iovi Carrozo was born on August 11, 1979, in Esmeraldas, Ecuador, a city known for producing some of the country's most gifted athletes. Growing up in a modest environment, Walter displayed a keen interest in football from an early age, playing in local neighborhoods with friends and family. His natural talent quickly set him apart, and he was recruited to join the Youth Academy of Rocafjord, a club where he began honing his technical and tactical abilities. Walter's dedication and passion for the sport paved the way for his professional debut. In 2000, he joined Emelec, one of Ecuador's premier football clubs, marking the beginning of a storied career that would span more than 2 decades. Club career, Emelec and early success. Walter Iovi's professional career took off at Emelec, where he played from 2000 to 2002. As a versatile player, he demonstrated the ability to excel in multiple positions, including left back, winger, and midfielder. His dynamism and powerful left foot made him a standout player in the Ecuadorian Serie A. During his tenure, Iovi helped Emelec secure the 2001 Ecuadorian League title, solidifying his status as one of the league's top talents. After his successful stint at Emelec, Iovi transferred to Barcelona SC, another top Ecuadorian club, in 2003. Although his time at Barcelona SC was shorter, he continued to showcase his skills, earning recognition for his work rate and consistency. International experience and rise in Mexico. In 2006, Iovi made a significant move to Mexican football, joining Monterrey after brief stints with clubs like El Nacional in Ecuador. His transition to the Mexican League marked a turning point in his career, as he found a stage to consistently display his abilities against high-level competition. With Monterrey, Walter flourished, playing a key role in the team's success and becoming a fan favorite. During his first spell at Monterrey from 2009 to 2013, Iovi helped the club win multiple titles, including the Apertura 2009 and Apertura 2010 championships. He was instrumental in Monterrey's dominance in the CONCACAF Champions League, contributing to the team's consecutive victories in 2010-11, 2011-12, and 2012-13. These achievements earned Monterrey a spot in the FIFA Club World Cup, where Iovi showcased his talent on an international stage. After leaving Monterrey in 2013, Iovi had stints with Pachuca and Dorados de Sinaloa, continuing to prove his value as a veteran leader and versatile player in Liga MX. National team career. Walter Iovi's contributions to the Ecuadorian national team are among the most celebrated aspects of his career. Making his debut in 2001, Iovi quickly became a mainstay in the squad, known for his reliable performances and leadership on and off the pitch. His versatility allowed him to adapt to various tactical setups, and he often served as captain during critical matches. Iovi represented Ecuador in several major international tournaments, including the 2002 FIFA World Cup and the 2006 FIFA World Cup, where the team reached the round of 16 for the first time in its history. He also played in multiple editions of the Copa America, further solidifying his reputation as one of Ecuador's most dependable players. One of Iovi's most significant achievements was helping Ecuador qualify for the 2014 FIFA World Cup. As the team captain, he provided leadership and experience, contributing both defensively and offensively throughout the qualifiers. Despite Ecuador's group stage exit in the tournament, Iovi's performances were widely praised. In total, Iovi earned over 120 caps for Ecuador, making him one of the most capped players in the nation's history. His consistent displays and commitment to the national team left an enduring legacy. Style of play and leadership. Walter Iovi was celebrated for his versatility, work ethic, and technical prowess. Whether deployed as a left-back, winger, or central midfielder, he brought a unique combination of defensive solidity and attacking flair. His precise crossing ability, powerful left-footed shots, and tactical awareness made him a valuable asset to every team he played for. Iovi was also known for his leadership qualities, often serving as captain for both club and country. His calm demeanor and ability to inspire teammates were instrumental in building team morale and achieving collective success. Later years and retirement. After concluding his time in Mexico, Iovi returned to Ecuador, rejoining Guayaquil City in 2017. His return was seen as a homecoming for the veteran player, who continued to mentor younger teammates while contributing on the field. In 2019, Iovi announced his retirement, bringing an end to an illustrious career spanning nearly 2 decades. Legacy and post-retirement. Walter Iovi's impact on Ecuadorian football is profound. As a player who excelled both domestically and internationally, he is remembered as one of Ecuador's most accomplished footballers. His achievements with Monterrey and his pivotal role in Ecuador's national team successes are key highlights of his career. Since retiring, Iovi has expressed interest in coaching and mentoring young players, aiming to share his knowledge and experiences with the next generation. His contributions to the sport, both on and off the field, continue to inspire aspiring footballers in Ecuador. Conclusion. Walter Iovi's career is a testament to hard work, adaptability, and resilience. From his early days in Esmeraldas to his success in Liga MX and the Ecuadorian national team, Iovi consistently demonstrated his passion for the game. His legacy as a player and leader ensures that he will remain a celebrated figure in Ecuadorian football history for years to come. Early life and beginnings. Alessandro Nesta was born on March 19, 1976, in Rome, Italy, into a family with deep ties to the footballing world. Growing up in the capital city, Nesta was surrounded by the fervor and passion of Italian football. His early interest in the game was sparked by the influence of his father, who had been an amateur player, and the impact of his local environment, where football was more than just a sport, it was a way of life. As a young boy, Nesta's talent in football quickly became apparent. He joined the youth academy of Lazio, one of Rome's 2 main clubs, at the age of 9. His talent as a defender became evident early on, thanks to his sharp reading of the game, composed passing, and ability to neutralize attacking threats. Nesta's elegance on the ball and tactical intelligence distinguished him from his peers. He became a standout player in Lazio's youth ranks, and it wasn't long before the club's senior management took notice. Professional debut and rise at Lazio. Nesta made his professional debut for Lazio in 1994 at just 18 years old. Initially, he played in a few matches during the 1993-94 Serie A season, but it was in the following years that he began to establish himself as one of the finest defenders in Italy. His breakthrough came during the 1995-96 season, when he became a regular starter in the Lazio first team. Nesta's rise coincided with the growing success of Lazio, who were building a team capable of competing for the Serie A title and European honors. During this period, Nesta played alongside a number of key players, including the likes of Roberto Mancini and Giuseppe Signori. His role as a central defender was pivotal, providing stability and leadership at the back. The 1998-1999 season was a particularly successful one for both the player and his club. Lazio finished second in Serie A and won the Coppa Italia, with Nesta being a central figure in their defensive lineup. His ability to read the game, his calmness under pressure, and his excellent positioning made him a highly respected figure in Italian football. Peak at Lazio and success. The early 2000s marked the peak of Alessandro Nesta's career at Lazio. His performances during this time solidified his reputation as one of the best defenders in the world. In the 1999-2000 season, Lazio won both the Serie A title and the Supercoppa Italiana, the latter of which Nesta played an integral part in. His standout performances in domestic and European competitions, including the UEFA Cup and Champions League, kept him among the top centre-backs in Europe. Nesta's defensive style was characterized by his immaculate timing, tactical awareness, and ability to read the game before opponents even had a chance to act. He was known for his composure in one-on-one situations and for the subtlety of his challenges. Rather than relying on brute force, Nesta used his intelligence and positioning to thwart opposition strikers. His skillful distribution of the ball also helped build attacks from the back, allowing Lazio to play an attractive, possession-based style of football. While the club had its highs during this period, it was also marked by financial difficulties that saw the sale of several key players. Nesta, however, remained loyal to Lazio for several years, becoming the team's captain and a symbol of the club's identity. Transfer to AC Milan and continued glory. In 2002, after spending over a decade at Lazio, Alessandro Nesta made the high-profile move to AC Milan for a transfer fee of approximately €30 million, a sum that further cemented his standing as one of the best defenders in Europe. His arrival at Milan added another dimension to an already formidable defense, alongside other world-class players such as Paolo Maldini, Alessandro Costacurta, and later, Thiago Silva. At Milan, Nesta continued to flourish, forming a near-impenetrable partnership with the legendary Paolo Maldini in the heart of Milan's defense. Nesta's ability to read the game and make crucial interceptions combined perfectly with Maldini's experience and leadership, creating a partnership that was the envy of many top clubs. His first season at Milan saw the club win the 2002-2003 UEFA Champions League title, with Nesta playing an integral role in their run to the final. The 2003 Champions League final against Juventus remains one of the most iconic moments in Milan's modern history. Nesta was exceptional in defense, helping Milan secure a penalty shootout victory after a 0-0 draw in regulation. His contributions throughout the competition, including a brilliant display in the semi-final against Real Madrid, earned him widespread acclaim. He continued to be a key player for Milan in the Champions League, helping them to reach another final in 2005, where they lost to Liverpool in a dramatic penalty shootout. Milan's dominance in Europe continued in the late 2000s, and Nesta's performances in the 2007 Champions League were once again a vital component of the club's success. He played a central role in Milan's 2-1 victory over Liverpool in the 2007 final, where Milan secured their 7th European Cup title. Nesta's calm, composed defending and leadership on the field helped Milan reclaim the Champions League, a prize that had eluded them 2 years earlier. Continued success and individual achievements. During his time at Milan, Alessandro Nesta won a slew of individual and team accolades. He was named Serie A Defender of the Year in 2001 and 2003 and was consistently included in the Serie A Team of the Year. His reputation for being a defensive master, characterized by his tactical acumen, quick reactions, and poise under pressure, only grew with each passing season. At Milan, Nesta won numerous Serie A titles, Coppa Italia trophies, and Supercoppa Italiana honors. He was also part of the squad that won the FIFA Club World Cup in 2007, as well as the UEFA Super Cup on multiple occasions. His leadership and defensive solidity made him an integral part of Milan's defense, and his influence both on and off the pitch was felt by all. National team career. While Nesta's club career was nothing short of remarkable, his time with the Italian national team was equally impressive. He made his debut for Italy in 1996 and went on to earn 78 caps over the course of his international career. Nesta was part of Italy's squad for several major international tournaments, including the UEFA European Championship and the FIFA World Cup. His most notable international achievement came in 2006, when he played a crucial role in Italy's successful campaign at the 2006 FIFA World Cup. Despite suffering an injury during the tournament, Nesta's performances in the group stages were crucial to Italy's progress. He was also part of the victorious squad that triumphed over France in the final, securing Italy's 4th World Cup victory. However, injuries and the presence of other elite defenders such as Fabio Cannavaro meant that Nesta didn't always feature regularly in major tournaments, although he was a key figure in the 2006 World Cup. Decline and retirement. As Nesta entered his 30s, injuries began to take a toll on his career. He was plagued by persistent issues with his back and knees, which limited his appearances in the latter stages of his career. Despite this, he continued to maintain a high level of performance whenever he was fit. In 2012, after 10 successful years at AC Milan, Nesta decided to leave the club and pursue a new challenge. He joined the Canadian club Montreal Impact in Major League Soccer, where he spent 2 seasons before announcing his retirement from professional football in 2014. Nesta's final years were less decorated than his peak seasons, but he still demonstrated the calmness and composure that had made him one of the most respected defenders in the world. Early life and background. Rafael Garcia was born on January 24, 1982, in Los Angeles, California. Raised in a region known for its vibrant football culture, Garcia quickly developed a passion for the sport from a young age. Growing up in a Latino community, he was exposed to the sport early on, playing street football with his friends and at local clubs. His natural talent for the game was apparent even as a child, as he displayed technical skills, vision, and a deep understanding of the game. These qualities set him apart from his peers, and it wasn't long before he began to make a name for himself in youth football leagues. Rafael came from a family with no notable football background, but his determination to pursue the sport as a career would soon push him to the top. His early development took place in California, where he played for local youth teams and participated in regional football tournaments. His rapid growth as a player was evident in high school, where he quickly earned attention from college scouts. College and professional development. After high school, Garcia moved to UCLA, University of California, Los Angeles, where he would continue to hone his skills. As a standout player for the UCLA Bruins, Garcia established himself as one of the top talents in American college football, impressing both coaches and critics alike. His time at UCLA not only improved his technical ability but also gave him invaluable experience in a highly competitive environment. He was part of several successful campaigns, helping the Bruins to make deep runs in the NCAA tournament during his time there. It was clear that Garcia's talent went beyond the college level, and after several years in the UCLA system, he made the decision to turn professional. His next step would be joining the professional football scene, beginning with a move to Major League Soccer, MLS, in the United States, where he would enter the highly competitive world of professional football. Professional career in MLS. Rafael Garcia's professional career began when he was drafted by Chivas USA in the 2005 MLS Superdraft. His entry into the MLS marked the beginning of his professional journey, though he would initially struggle for consistent starting time in a squad with many seasoned players. However, as a versatile midfielder, Garcia showed promise with his ability to cover ground, break up opposition attacks, and distribute the ball. His adaptability in multiple midfield positions made him a useful asset for Chivas USA. After several seasons with Chivas USA, Garcia moved to other MLS teams, continuing to develop his craft. One of the defining aspects of his career was his consistency and willingness to adapt to different tactical systems and playing styles. His work rate, leadership qualities, and unselfish play earned him the respect of teammates, coaches, and fans alike. He may not have been the flashiest player on the field, but his ability to consistently perform and support his team made him an invaluable part of each club he played for. Throughout his time in the MLS, Garcia also gained recognition for his ability to contribute both defensively and offensively. Often making key interceptions, launching counterattacks, and being a reliable presence in the midfield. His durability and professionalism allowed him to have a solid career in the league, where he became known as a hard-working, disciplined player. International career and recognition. Although Garcia's professional career primarily took place in the United States, his performances in Major League Soccer earned him attention from the Mexican national team. Given his Mexican heritage, Garcia was eligible to represent Mexico, and after consistent performances in MLS, he was called up for national team duty. His international debut came in the early stages of his career, and he was included in the squad for friendly matches as well as some regional competitions. Though he didn't have as many appearances for the Mexican national team as some of his counterparts, Garcia's involvement with the national team showed that he was a player of quality who could contribute at the highest levels. His experience in MLS, combined with his technical abilities and tactical awareness, allowed him to bring something unique to the Mexican midfield. His international career, while not lengthy, was important for his development and helped establish his reputation as a professional who could operate at the highest levels of the game. The midfield engine, playing style and strengths. Rafael Garcia was known for being a tireless midfield presence, with a unique combination of defensive and offensive qualities. He played primarily as a central midfielder, but his versatility allowed him to play in various roles, whether as a defensive midfielder, box-to-box player, or even in more advanced attacking positions. His most notable attributes included his excellent passing range, work rate, and ability to disrupt opposition attacks. Garcia's intelligence on the field was a hallmark of his game. He always seemed to be in the right place at the right time, using his spatial awareness to make interceptions and recover the ball. In possession, he had the composure to maintain possession and find his teammates with short, simple passes or long-range passes. His tactical understanding allowed him to control the tempo of the game, dictating play from the center of the park. Moreover, Garcia's commitment to his team's cause was evident in his willingness to track back defensively, covering large amounts of ground to help his teammates. His tenacity and resilience were often on display, and his leadership qualities made him a natural figure in any squad he was part of. Later years and retirement. In the later stages of his career, Rafael Garcia made the decision to step away from the professional game. After playing for several teams in the MLS and contributing significantly to their efforts, he moved into the next phase of his life. Garcia began coaching, helping to train the next generation of football players. His coaching career provided him an outlet for his vast knowledge of the game and his desire to stay involved in football. Garcia also transitioned to a career as a football commentator and analyst, sharing his insights into the game with fans through various media outlets. This transition allowed him to stay connected to the sport he loved while influencing the next generation of football enthusiasts. Legacy and influence. Rafael Garcia may not be considered one of the most iconic figures in Mexican football, but his steady performances, professionalism, and commitment to the game have earned him a place in the hearts of fans. He played a vital role in Major League Soccer, where his dedication and leadership inspired teammates and shaped the culture of the league. His legacy is also tied to his contributions to Mexican football, both at the club and international levels. Despite not achieving the same level of fame as some of his contemporaries, Garcia's influence within the teams he played for, along with his technical and leadership abilities, ensure that he is remembered as one of the reliable figures of his era in Mexican football. In retirement, Gabriel has become a respected figure, continuing to impact the sport in his coaching and media work. His journey from local clubs in California to the professional stages of MLS and the Mexican national team stands as a testament to his hard work, perseverance, and love for the game. Early life and beginnings in football. Salvador Carmona, born on April 7, 1980, in the town of Apodaca, Nuevo León, Mexico, displayed an early passion for football, which eventually led him to become one of Mexico's most prominent defenders. Growing up in a working-class neighborhood, Carmona's journey to professional football was shaped by hard work and perseverance. He began playing the sport at a young age, participating in local teams before catching the attention of scouts from one of Mexico's most prestigious clubs, Cruz Azul. Carmona's time in Cruz Azul's youth academy was crucial in shaping his career. Known for his speed, tactical awareness, and resilience, he quickly progressed through the ranks of the club, earning a promotion to the first team. He made his professional debut in 1999 at the age of 19, a significant achievement for a young player. His versatility and defensive abilities as a left-back and center-back helped him establish himself as a reliable player for Cruz Azul, where he spent several seasons developing his skills and learning from some of the country's best players. Rise to prominence and club career. Carmona's rise to prominence came in the early 2000s when he became a mainstay in the Cruz Azul first team. His strong performances helped the team in both domestic and international competitions. His technical abilities, quickness on the ball, and tireless work ethic were key assets that made him one of the top defensive players in Liga MX. Cruz Azul, one of Mexico's most successful clubs, had Carmona as an essential part of their defensive lineup. He played a pivotal role in securing a place for Cruz Azul at the top of the Liga MX standings. Carmona was known for his solid defensive skills, his ability to read the game, and his leadership qualities. These qualities were evident in his many appearances for the team, particularly in domestic and international tournaments. It was also during his time at Cruz Azul that Carmona began attracting attention from the Mexican national team. His performances in Liga MX, combined with his reliable defensive record, led to his first call-up to the Mexican national team in 2004. His presence on the field was felt immediately, and he became one of the main figures in Mexico's defense, particularly as the country aimed to strengthen its squad for international competitions. Career peak and international success. Salvador Carmona reached the peak of his career during the 2005 and 2006 periods, where he was not only a standout player for Cruz Azul but also a crucial figure for the Mexican national team. His career took a significant step forward when he was selected to represent Mexico at the 2005 FIFA Confederations Cup, where Mexico's national team finished in third place. Carmona's performances in this tournament helped solidify his reputation as one of Mexico's top defenders. His international success peaked in the 2006 FIFA World Cup, where Carmona played an integral role in Mexico's defense as the team reached the round of 16. The tournament showcased Carmona's defensive capabilities on a global stage, as he made crucial tackles, interceptions, and clearances to help Mexico hold its own against some of the world's best teams. His performance in the World Cup was a testament to his ability to perform under pressure and his maturity as a player. Mexico's progression to the knockout stage of the tournament was partly due to Carmona's steady and reliable contributions to the defense. In addition to his World Cup involvement, Carmona also played an important role in Mexico's CONCACAF Gold Cup campaigns. His defensive presence was vital in the 2003 Gold Cup, where Mexico went on to win the tournament, and in the 2009 edition, where Mexico finished as runners-up. During these international tournaments, Carmona consistently showcased his strength, tactical intelligence, and composure in key moments. Main achievements and domestic titles. Over the course of his career, Salvador Carmona accumulated several major achievements both with his club and the national team. One of his most notable domestic successes was with Cruz Azul, with whom he won multiple domestic trophies, including the 2001 Copa Mexico and the 2008 Clausura title. His ability to provide stability in the defensive line, combined with his leadership qualities, played a crucial role in helping Cruz Azul challenge for the top titles in Mexican football during his time at the club. On the international stage, Carmona's achievements were also significant. As a member of the Mexican national team, he participated in multiple CONCACAF Gold Cup tournaments, where Mexico secured notable victories and strong showings. His standout moments at the 2006 FIFA World Cup also remain a defining part of his career. The World Cup marked the pinnacle of Carmona's international achievements, where his performances against teams such as Iran, Angola, and Portugal solidified his status as a key player for Mexico on the global stage. Last years and controversies. In the latter part of his career, Salvador Carmona's professional life took an unfortunate turn. Despite his earlier successes, Carmona's involvement in a major scandal led to a significant drop in his career trajectory. In 2006, shortly before the FIFA World Cup, Carmona was embroiled in a doping controversy that led to a suspension from international football. It was discovered that he had tested positive for the banned substance nandrolone, a decision that resulted in his exclusion from the 2006 World Cup squad. The scandal had a profound effect on his reputation and limited his opportunities with the national team going forward. After the doping controversy, Carmona returned to Liga MX, but his form was never quite the same. He played for a variety of clubs in Mexico, including Tijuana and Atlante. But he was no longer the standout defender that he had once been. Although he continued to play at a professional level, his absence from the national team and his struggle to regain his top form signaled the decline of his career. Carmona officially retired from professional football in 2014. Ending a career that had seen both great triumphs and significant challenges. Legacy and conclusion. Despite the controversies that marred the latter part of his career, Salvador Carmona remains an important figure in Mexican football history. His time with Cruz Azul and the Mexican national team cemented his place as one of Mexico's top defenders during the early 2000s. Carmona's defensive prowess, leadership, and contributions to international tournaments, including the 2006 FIFA World Cup and CONCACAF Gold Cup, ensured that he would always be remembered as one of Mexico's finest footballers. Carmona's legacy, while tarnished by the doping scandal, is also defined by his early success and the skill he showcased on the field. His contributions to Mexican football helped Mexico become a respected force in international competitions during his playing years, and his place in the history of Cruz Azul and the national team will forever be secure. Though his career ended on a sour note, Salvador Carmona remains a prominent figure in the annals of Mexican football, with his achievements and impact still remembered by fans of the sport. Early life and introduction to football. Timmy Simons was born on November 11, 1976, in the Belgian city of Brie, located in the Limburg province. Growing up in a football-crazy country, Simons developed a love for the game at an early age. His passion for football was nurtured by his family and the vibrant football culture of Belgium. From a young age, Simons showed an affinity for the sport, and his natural abilities as a midfielder were evident in his youth teams. Simons began his football journey in his hometown, playing for the local team, KVV Brie, where he honed his technical and tactical skills. His early years as a youth player helped shape his understanding of the game and set the stage for what would become a distinguished career. Simons' solid defensive abilities, combined with his knack for passing and controlling the tempo of the game, quickly earned him a reputation as a talented and reliable player. Youth career and early professional years. Simons' potential did not go unnoticed. And by the late 1990s, he was promoted to the senior team of KRC Genk, a club based in the city of Genk. Joining the club in 1997, Simons was given the opportunity to play in the top tier of Belgian football. At Genk, Simons began to establish himself as a versatile midfielder who could play both as a defensive midfielder and a box-to-box player. His combination of technical skill, vision, and work ethic quickly made him a key figure in the team. Simons' time at Genk was crucial for his development as a player. He was part of a squad that was focused on competing in the top half of the Belgian Pro League and also participating in European competitions. During his early years at the club, Simons' ability to read the game and break up opposition attacks became one of his defining characteristics. His intelligence on the field and his composure under pressure helped him quickly earn the trust of his coaches and teammates. In 2000, Simons reached an important milestone when he helped Genk secure their first-ever Belgian Pro League title. This victory marked the start of a new era for the club and solidified Simons' reputation as one of Belgium's brightest midfield talents. His calm, composed presence in the midfield was a crucial factor in the team's success, and it was clear that Simons was destined for bigger challenges in his career. Move to PSV Eindhoven, establishing himself as a European star. In 2002, Simons took the next step in his career by making a high-profile move to the Dutch club PSV Eindhoven, one of the top teams in the Eredivisie and a club with a proud tradition of success in both domestic and European competitions. The transfer to PSV was a significant move for Simons, as he was now joining a club with a reputation for competing at the highest level in European football. The move also presented Simons with the opportunity to play in the UEFA Champions League, further elevating his profile as a player. Simons' time at PSV Eindhoven was a defining chapter in his career. He quickly became a key player for the club. Known for his steady and reliable performances in the midfield. His leadership qualities and work ethic made him a fan favorite, and he was entrusted with the captain's armband for several years. Simons' style of play was based on his excellent positional awareness, his ability to control the tempo of the game, and his tireless work rate. During his time at PSV, Simons was a central figure in the club's domestic success, helping them win multiple Eredivisie titles. He also played a vital role in PSV's memorable 2004-2005 UEFA Champions League campaign, where the club reached the semi-finals. While PSV fell short of winning the competition, Simons' performances in the Champions League earned him recognition as one of the top midfielders in Europe. He became known for his ability to break up opposition attacks, his precise passing, and his leadership on and off the field. Simons spent a total of 10 years at PSV Eindhoven, and during this time, he cemented his legacy as one of the best midfielders in Dutch football. He won several domestic titles, including Eredivisie championships in 2005, 2006, and 2007, and was consistently named one of the best midfielders in the league. His influence on the pitch was undeniable, and he became a cornerstone of PSV's midfield during one of the most successful periods in the club's history. International career, representing Belgium. Simons' performances at the club level earned him a call-up to the Belgian national team, where he would go on to represent his country with pride. His first appearance for the Belgian national team came in 2000, and he quickly established himself as a regular member of the squad. Known for his leadership, composure, and tactical awareness, Simons became an integral part of the Belgian midfield for over a decade. Simons was part of the Belgian squad that participated in the 2002 FIFA World Cup, where Belgium made it to the round of 16. Although Belgium did not progress beyond the knockout stages, Simons' performances on the international stage were praised. He continued to represent Belgium in various international competitions, including the 2004 UEFA European Championship and the 2006 FIFA World Cup qualifiers, where he played a vital role in helping Belgium qualify for the tournaments. Simons' leadership abilities were especially evident on the international stage. He was known for his ability to organize the Belgian midfield, break up opposition attacks, and distribute the ball with precision. His role as a defensive midfielder allowed the attacking players to shine, as Simons provided the foundation for the team's success. Over the course of his international career, Simons earned over 90 caps for Belgium, making him one of the most capped players in the history of the national team. Although Belgium did not achieve significant success in major international tournaments during Simons' career, he remained a stalwart of the national team, always offering leadership and consistency. His contribution to the national team's efforts in both qualifying campaigns and competitive tournaments was highly valued by his coaches and teammates. Later career, moving to France and the end of his playing days. In 2012, after a successful decade at PSV Eindhoven, Simons made the decision to move to France, where he joined the Ligue 1 club Lille OSC. The move to Lille represented the final chapter of Simons' illustrious playing career. Despite being in the latter stages of his career, Simons continued to showcase his experience and tactical awareness in the French league. His time at Lille was marked by his leadership in the midfield and his ability to provide balance to the team. During his time at Lille, Simons played a role in helping the club secure the Ligue 1 title in 2011 to 2012, marking the club's first French league title in over 50 years. Although he was no longer the central figure he once was, Simons' leadership and experience were invaluable to the team. His performances on the pitch, combined with his wisdom in guiding younger players, made him an essential part of Lille's squad during his time at the club. Simons retired from professional football in 2013. After a career that spanned more than 15 years at the highest level. His retirement marked the end of an era, but his impact on Belgian football and European football as a whole remained strong.